Hi.
Okay. I think um Webinar Jam is I think better than than the past weeks we have tried it.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, because it just said my microphone was not working. I hear you fine.
it's
Uh,
fine.
okay. Um, okay, so it was just telling me I had to wait until you joined. And then when you joined, then it came up just like Google, the Hangouts. It had, I have to agree to the Google that I'm not using
Hmm.
copyrighted material, blah, blah, blah. And so I agreed. And then after that window goes away, then I still have to click on join.
Hmm.
And so when I join, then I came in. So okay, so now it says you added the toolbox app.
Oh,
So
I
I
can see that one.
well, it comes up that you added it, and so I probably should add it also then.
Okay.
Uh, and that was this one. Whoops. Install Hangout Toolbox. Okay, so now it's there as well. Okay, cool. Okay, and so there's just the two of us. I'm assuming you didn't invite your other self.
Yeah. Because I can hear my second voice. It's like a very long echo.
Yeah.
Um. Anyways, um today is Sir Tom's birthday,
Oh yeah.
and we
Yeah.
had like before our call, we had pizzas here, soft drinks, and we ate like a bunch of different kinds of flavor of pizzas. So we are so very lucky to have Sir Tom. I mean, we are so lucky to have Sir Tom another year in leading us here in Carve. So that's basically one of the gifts of God with Sir Tom and of course here in Carve.
Mhm. Yeah, I sent an email. They sent an email out to us that they were trying to get us to respond to give him a surprise from all of us
Hmm.
clients, and so I sent him I sent a little email that said something, and because it's my business is growing in ways that it couldn't otherwise, and that is because he created and helped create Carve, and so therefore you and I are working together, and so it's just a great thing. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, that's awesome.
That's really awesome. I have this notes about the Acuity products in our WordPress website. I
Mhm.
did some research about how did your computer guy Bjorn did the coding of um, letting the white spaces on the bottom and the has more spaces or white spaces before the words be on top. So I did some research on that one, and it's kind of a personal algorithm that Bjorn did to the Acuity products. So basically, I think I need to have the inputs of Bjorn to do the modification and editing of the Acuity to the WordPress site. So um, I emailed him, but no response as of these yet. So I have to get some more of his, I think, codes.
Yeah.
As I've checked the codes of Bjorn, it's kind of difficult to understand because it's a different algorithm from mine. So I think I have to have somehow a brief tutorial on how he did some editing or some coding stuff on the Acuity products. Because as I've checked on the Acuity um, advanced customization,
Yeah.
it's basically the presentation of uh, the default styling of Acuity into WordPress site. So it's basically a default style,
Hmm.
but I think he did some hidden coding that I I can't even know
Okay.
or how did I or
Yeah.
how did I do it.
Check one more thing. In the in life coaching and then the virtual assistant folder,
Mm-hmm.
um, he helped me type up the initial like it was an email or it was a letter that we sent to you guys, kind of what he's done, what you need
Mm-hmm.
to know from him, and also it says in there, if you have any technical questions, please uh, contact him and his email and everything. But it talks a little bit about Acuity scheduling in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a email or it's a Word document that we created,
Yeah.
and
It
I don't know if that gives you any information or enough, or helps you.
it's it can help me, but it's more of a simple things. So it's
Okay.
basically like not really into the coding technique of how did he um code the Acuity. Like for example, if there is four spaces before the text, this will be on the bottom, and if there's plenty of spaces before the text, it will be on top of
Yeah,
the.
but I think that is Acuity itself. That's something we discovered. Oh, okay, that wasn't a coding thing. That those spaces, I think that you're talking about. That is just
Mhm.
Acuity. Um, but the structure of uh, uh, how the store is integrated into the website. So because I don't know if we just had Acuity and you were building the, like, if you try to bring Acuity into my coaching expo website, if you just did the small code that brings it in there, it's going to show different than what it looks like on my life coaching website. And the reason it looks different is because he's done coding to integrate it. And he's done a lot, and he's willing to talk to you about it and share it with you. He said that. So do connect with him,
Mhm.
and you have to work with the time zone. And I know that he's still till October. He's working very hard on his doctorate. So it's just, but he's really good about working. Usually getting back with me. So do email him, and he'll help you. But the coding would be why what happens when we just generically add products, how they stack on top of each other, and if they come one or two or six on a row. That's the coding that he did. The spaces before the words that make the first one show up, that is just an Acuity. When I go in there and that I don't think that he did any of that coding. That's Acuity.
Mhm.
And by the way, yesterday when I went in Acuity, I created just a general free coaching. You might notice.
Yeah.
Well, when I did, it gave me, or when I was deciding how many that can, when somebody purchases that, how many it can be used for or whatever. They changed it. I think they changed trying to create what we were asking for. I'm not. They didn't notify us that they've changed anything, but I think they changed something. So I wasn't sure how it works, but uh, anyhow, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of cool that they're implementing or making some changes,
Mhm.
but I didn't understand how they work. I don't have much more because I didn't need it that way for this particular one. But I yesterday when I posted my blog for the day,
Mhm.
I checked Google Plus. Um, uh, oh no, uh, I checked Google Plus. I usually go into Twitter and Google Plus. I usually go and just kind of see how it looks
Mhm.
that got posted. And I wanted to have you go to my Google Plus account.
Mhm.
Um, just click on the very bottom of my web page and go to the Google Plus account.
Mhm.
And I noticed that the posting, it's kind of duplicating the words above me and below me, and it shows the
Okay.
picture of the post. And I don't know what that is, but it's just in the Google Plus that I noticed it. And but when I went to the life or the Facebook life
Mhm.
coaching page, um, I see, oh, I have 42 likes. And I was like, oh my God, people are looking at it. So
Because
yesterday, then I went in and hurry and made the changes because with the acuity, because I was like, that means people are going to my website. Oh God,
because
somebody
I
might
think
schedule an appointment with me. What am I supposed to do?
because last week we had like a bunch of can we do can you make me a favor to like my page? So I bought in and did like, oh, give some love to Melody and for me. So to have this some kind of love, please share or like our page. So that's why because it's I think it's 15 when I first got into the Facebook page, and now it's growing like 40 something or maybe 50
Yeah,
plus.
yeah.
So,
Well, and I see some of the names were people like from my husband George with the United
mhm.
Nations, and it was like, oh, and it was like 42, and I'm like, okay, cool. We're it's starting to come there, and I'm like, okay, so why am I acting like I am? Oh, people are going to my page. That means they might look. What am I
uh
supposed to do? Oh yeah, coach. I don't know how to make money. I gotta just do things.
we will learn how to make money.
Because I was like, they're liking my page, and see, I haven't wanted people, or I'm wanting to give them the if you like my page, you'll get a, a thing, and I'm like, they're already liking it.
uh
Okay, it's so laughing at myself.
we will have many of them.
Yeah, I think we will, and but I'm seeing that my little system is working because I almost am ready to blog for the day. I was just writing before this call, just a simple blog, and I figure out a picture. Um, but I yesterday I was like I created the elephant picture, thinking of an
Yeah.
elephant. I was proud of myself. I did that, and it's a blog. So I'm getting faster.
Yeah, I can see it to yourself.
So, but also I created that, and I went in and did I think it's 900 by 450. Um, and when I am in WordPress and I put the picture in there, it cuts it off. But in like Google Plus, it shows the whole picture, and I'm like thinking, okay, because I even have written down from my notes with Bjorn that we set for the posting a certain size picture that makes a nice
Mhm.
post. So it looks good on the website, and there's always, it looks good, and uh, I don't know why that it cuts some of it off. And I thought, okay, then I need to make the picture smaller, I guess, or I'm not sure. So
So there's a discrepancy between the image from the WordPress into Google Plus.
yeah, Google Plus seems to show the image right,
Okay.
but it's kind of cut off on the others, at least from my view. And I thought, but it's the 900 because I think what we had different pictures for different things, and what we did was in my blogging in WordPress, it says blog images. The featured image should be 900 wide by 450 height. So half of the width. Height equals half of the width.
Mhm.
Um, in the quote box image, the little square one. So if I'm bringing just a quote in, and I want to bring the quote person, there's a little square. That's the
Mhm.
one of my first posts. You see that guy? Then that one is 300 by 300, and then full image like the cartoon, because it was a full page. Um, it was 960 wide by 1254 high. 960 wide by 1254 high. That's like the cartoon image. And um, uh, yeah, those are the only images that I wrote down for the blog, because I think the cartoon was what we also used for the United Nations. It was a full page. Oh, that's the testimonial. No, that one might be different because it's a testimonial. Do you need any of those numbers again?
It's fine. I can check on that on the website.
WordPress. And I know that he had, with all pictures, he was really kind of big about having rounded corners.
Yeah.
So he always added a little coding for that, using 4 pixel for consistency in all rounded corners. It just made it, it's just one of those little tiny details that he was particular about making the website look professional. Uh, let's see, for flyers. Okay, size for flyers. Photoshop opens new file. Okay, I don't have anything. Never mind. Beauty
Oh.
scheduling. Um, oh, here's another one. Testimonial. Okay. Uh, UN letter image for testimonial. 800 pixels wide. And then the people image, so like the testimony, when it shows the person that's giving the testimony,
Mhm.
those pictures 300 by 300. So those are the same as the like in the quote block where I put the picture of the person that I'm quoting. Those are 300 by 300, and then they have a little rounded corner. But he said the UN letter image was 800 pixels wide, and then I guess whatever that makes the height, because I don't have a height on that one. Um, oh, and then the Acuity scheduling pics, the little ones that I use for Acuity scheduling are 150 wide by 106 high.
Mhm.
But that's why I use the same I use the same, just that one document in Adobe Photoshop Elements that has this the the mat or thing is a certain height. But that's what I was doing for the blog post, was I was trying to use the one that's already the right size, and then I just bring images in and fix them in there. And so I don't know why it's cutting it off. And then I wanted to also, I haven't actually in WordPress when I'm in logged in as the administrator,
Mhm.
I haven't looked there to see if we can see how many people have actually looked at our website.
Okay.
Because I thought I'm seeing how many likes, but I'm wondering how many people have actually looked at the website and what kind of traffic we've had already. And then I was also thinking, with as I'm logged in at WordPress as the administrator, I probably can create a lot of blog posts that are. I see that I can create them as just a draft. I don't post
Hmm.
them.
Yeah.
Um, so I probably can create them ahead of time and just leave them as drafts. And then when I don't know if there's a function that gives me a date I can choose that it will post it, or if I have to physically post it. I didn't know. Those are just some of the things that I was working on. Uh, yeah. So I changed the order in Acuity, and what I did was I hid um, the month unlimited. And so I put the order so that when you do the coding that creates it, then it should be right. So it should go from bottom up. It should go 3, 4, 1 images. Yeah. Um, you're muted.
Okay, because as I've checked in the Acuity products on the spacing of each products, I found out that in the bottom there's 0 to 3 spaces that you have to do if you want the product to be on the bottom part.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want on the center, you have to like four to 4 to 6 or 7 spaces before the first letter will occur. And then um, if you have more than 7 or 6, they will be on top. Because I tried to indicate stress management as the largest, but it seems like the next one after the largest spaces will be um, included or will be um, uh, somehow included on the upper or the top level of the row.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I am working on that one so that I can verify which or to modify things which will be the first one without having really digging into the code.
Yeah.
I'm only after of the spaces. Maybe we can do it, but I am trying to modify using only the space, not really decoding
What comes to my mind with that is in WordPress. Is that where you are when you're doing that, or are you in Acuity?
in the acuity.
Okay, well, go into the WordPress, because I know in WordPress you can change the pages. You can change how the pages are set up in WordPress.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and uh, uh, and I think that it's almost like a table, and so you're merging cells, or you're taking so go into uh, go into WordPress. Let me just maybe even go in there myself. Uh, uh,
Because I tried to edit on the WordPress site, it seems like it has a plugin to integrate Acuity on the web page. So basically, it has a short code that it says Acuity scheduling, and put on the ID number of the owner of the Acuity products, and then the Acuity plugin will do the rest, the coding, the display. So that's basically what I have to edit with the Google, I mean, the WordPress site.
Okay. It kind of makes sense. I was kind of looking. Oh, okay. Home. You're currently editing. I see it. Um, because I'm in WordPress right now as admin, and um, but what I'm thinking is, I think I can go in there as well if
Mm-hmm.
you're. Oh, but no, it has a lock sign by it because you're editing it, and so,
Okay.
but I, but that's where I was thinking you should go is in there because I know that I could add rows on a page. Like I can go in and change the words on the blue page or
Yeah.
the other pages, just adding rows or columns, or that's kind of how those things are all set up on the rest of the page. And so that's why I was thinking, well, maybe that is so here too is where some of the coding is. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But if you contact Bjorn, he'll respond and get with you.
Uh-huh.
Um, uh, and it could even be he'll either email you. He'll email you back and tell you how. But uh, it could even be like your early morning, because I know he's more of a stays up late person. So,
Because I emailed him yesterday like 4 4 p.m. in Berlin,
yeah,
or
okay.
4 5. So I emailed
Okay. Well,
him.
and then just maybe email again,
Mhm, yeah, sure.
um, and I'll send him a a message too that you have a few questions for him, and
Mhm.
so because I know he did a lot of work for bringing the Acuity in. I know that that's not just a simple, oh, we have Acuity and we're bringing it into
Uh-huh.
our website. And he took a lot of pride in that as a programmer. So,
That's why I'm
so
so privileged working with him.
yeah, and he'll teach you a lot of tricks in there, I'm sure. So anyhow, I'll send him a message on this end as well,
Hmm.
because I know that I got an email from him a few days ago that was he sent it to me, but he sent it to apparently a kind of a new friend person that said, "Hey, I want information about that uh, motivation person," and so he was sending it to me and him that he was giving this guy my information, and
Uh-huh.
so like, okay, yep, he's thinking of me, and he's because it's also he created this website, so it also is he shares with people websites that he's created, and so he sells me that way too, and
Hmm.
so anyhow, yeah.
Oh, by the way, before I forgot about the solfeggio and binaural bits, I downloaded some applications on how to create uh, binaural bits and solfeggio frequencies. It turns a lot that it has to have a separate software, not really doing on the GarageBand, because GarageBand doesn't have, I think, the modification of frequency so that we can tone down or um, lower it a bit, like stretching it into 639 hertz, because it doesn't allow in GarageBand to edit that one, the frequency level. But I'll give you, or I'll teach you how, maybe tomorrow, so that I can give you some tips or tutorials on how we should do it, or what are the things that we should learn. And maybe we can have our own sets of binaural bits or solfeggio frequencies.
Yeah, I would love that because I feel like they're kind of they're just they're kind of a certain frequency that's going to just go throughout the thing. But then we put in foreground music. They're kind of in the background, or they're heard, but sometimes they're kind of irritating if you just
Yeah,
hear it.
yeah.
You know, ugh. But when you put, some people have put all kinds of things in them, and so I just thought I would like to use this to create some, even for myself, but I
Mhm.
think that it's something that I can sell that is goes with my coaching. And
Mhm.
I'm glad that you're working on that. I was actually this morning I was going to try to go in there, but then I got writing instead, and so I got distracted. So I'm glad you said that because I think I'll just wait till you work with, because I thought, okay, so I'll just go into GarageBand and pull in that file, and so it probably won't work then, you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to have to add, um, I'll have to add something to GarageBand to make it work, or will it ever
Or
work?
I think it will not work in GarageBand, so we can have to we have to try a different application or software like Audacity, because it has a modification of frequencies, and it can have audio tones and a lot of things that GarageBand can do.
Yeah, but these other software programs, aren't they really expensive?
Nope, it's free.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
Audacity. Okay.
because it says a lot of binaural bits has been patterned or made from, or I mean using Audacity, because it has multiple. You can have multiple channels, multiple elements, so we can have the binaural bits plus the solfeggio frequency.
Oh, excellent. And it's free, Audacity.
Hmm. It's
O-D-A-S-I.
a it's AUDACITY Audacity.
Okay. Like audio.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I need to download that software
Hmm.
and to be able to make these. Okay. Well, good. That saves me from sitting there playing GarageBand. It's great.
But I think GarageBand has a lot of things to offer for us. But as far as doing solfeggio and binaural bits, I think it can perform that goal.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we'll be able to create some really cool things
Hmm.
with. So I'm really glad you're finding all of this out, because it just excites me, because I just want to make. I've wanted to make my own meditations as well for a while, and so
Because I checked some videos of what was that, solfeggio frequencies, and it has like a background audio, like um sit and relax, have a self motivation of what you should, somehow like that, but I don't know how. But it says like it's additional functionalities, or additional um drive on the frequency, the bits, and your motivation.
uh
I mean, motivation speech, or something.
yeah,
So it gives a lot. So it's a plus.
yeah,
Plus
yeah,
your soothing voice, by the way.
yeah. Well, then this is it, because it's like you can use a waterfall. You can use just music that is so relaxing, and sometimes there's music that can just be repeated over and over, and
Mhm.
it's not like irritating.
Mhm.
Um, but yet it just gets you in a mindset. and so there's a lot of power in that, and I think that it's powerful because my name is Melody. So it's
Ah.
not that I would say that I'm a music coach. I'm not, but I think there is a lot of, with the way I work, even with the massage, and I think with the talking now, and there's a lot that comes through with music, but it's very uh, conscious. I'm very conscious with what I'm choosing, and a lot of people, they just listen to music and they're not being conscious of what they're actually listening to. And I'm not that way. I'm very conscious of how it irritates me, or just different
Mhm.
parts, songs and stuff. So I think this will be a nice element to
Mhm.
my all of my tools with all of this. So I think it's great. But I do want to try to figure out these groupinars by next week, so that I feel comfortable, because I actually need to plan. I need to plan what I'm actually going to say for career coaching or for stress. We're here, and it's like I need to have some kind of agenda that I hold for the hour, and it's like I see. Okay, that's easier to me to figure out than figuring out how Hangouts work and all these.
Mhm.
But with the Hangouts, that posts, or maybe it's just the events, because I've been going on my Google Plus and deleting these kinds of things off of there because they like this right now, we don't need it to be posted on there.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I see that also in YouTube, in my YouTube account, there's a couple of us, and I didn't know how to delete those. And
Oh
I
yeah,
thought, we don't need to have those in there. Um,
because I think it will post on our Google Plus accounts, but it will not share publicly because I have this post like it will not post on the public audience, so it will be shared only to you or the specific audience you added on that specific event or hangouts.
yeah, okay. So that way, then the participants can go back and watch it,
Mm-hmm.
but they can't. So it's recorded and it's there, but it's only for those participants,
Mm-hmm.
not for public. Okay. Because I have to worry about the confidentiality
Yeah.
issue. Okay. Yeah, we're getting it. But yeah, so if you can kind of write down like
Mm-hmm.
how to do the Google Hangouts for Dummies. That's what you're helping me get through that. So anyhow, yeah. What else? And then I think I'd like to try to get maybe one of my first newsletters out. As I said, September, and my goal, I'd like to have a newsletter going out twice a month. So that means I
Mm-hmm.
have to have articles a month, and of course, but I'd like to aim it for September. And if there's typically 4 weeks in a month, I wanted to kind of put it into my calendar, or my calendar, and I'm just trying to decide, do I do like the first and the 15th, or do I do the second and fourth? Do I do the beginning, or do I, and I thought it's probably powerful to have it the beginning of the month, so I can say, hey, this month's
Mm-hmm.
focus, career coaching, and look on our website for specials. For career, you can book some career packages and have them be a special. So, but then I want 2 weeks till the next one comes out, and so I haven't figured out which day of the week. I was almost thinking having it come out like on a Thursday or Friday where it's close to the weekend, because a lot of people tend to on the weekend figure out, hey, I want change
Mhm.
and I want to do something, and so they're searching the internet because they're not at work. So I don't know which day of the week to do that. So I'm figuring out the date for that, but I'm really wanting to focus on putting out the newsletter, um, and I'll keep you posted as I work on it. I haven't
Okay.
went in there with anything, but I think that's what I'm going to do. But go ahead when you get a chance. This Excel document, um, I that it's coming together. I put the holidays in there, and I put even some colors in there for because I have these colors that I had said the possibilities for the newsletter. These colors: red, green, yellow, blue. And so what I did was I just put colors to the career, stress management, and the different coachings. And what I did was use these colors because I thought, oh, I got blue, green, yellow.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, stress management should be red. Stress. Okay. Anyhow, I came up with the colors, so I thought, okay, the newsletters for September can be green, and that is career coaching. And so, which color is yellow? Yellow is yellow's leadership.
Yeah.
So anyhow, kind of fun, but what this is starting to see is that you and I will both have access to this Excel file.
Mhm.
I have it open, so it may not let you open it because I have it open.
Yeah.
But I'll close it periodically too. But in that you should be able to see what the topics are, and you'll be able to add things too. And so then
Mhm.
we'll be able to stay together on what's coming up and uh, you know the colors and different things like that. So that's something that I've been working on as a way of accountability and also planning for the blogging and the articles. And I haven't officially written an article yet with this new page, but I've written a Monday and Tuesday. I posted blogs, and I'm about to
Mhm.
post the blog today. And so I'm trying. My goal is just to try to do one blog a day, and then that means 2 articles a month at least. And so then I'll put them in the newsletter, and so I'm working on it, and it's functioning. I'm happy with that. So. Um, and the weather has just sucked here. It hasn't, right at the moment, it has sunshine, but so I need the sunshine that helps me take better takes
Mhm.
for the little video. So I haven't made any new little video clips. But how is that? How's the video part for you? Have you worked on that, or have you just kind of let it
Yeah.
sit?
Uh, I changed the start and the ending part, which you told me that if I can have it change into life coaching with melody instead of the first one, which is core values, and the last parts which is financiers, take responsibilities, take actions, and I think I changed it into also life coaching with
Wait,
melody.
I'm not hearing. Uh, it kind of. I think it was Google. It was.
Okay.
Okay, go.
I changed it into the logo, which is a I think larger logo, and it has a life coaching with melody on the bottom part, so that you don't have to like really stare on it, so that you can have confusions of what is written on the that particular area, because I think it's fading part. So it's more of a logo instead, not the text. And with regard with the transition of logo, I mean of elements from the categories into the intro message, I crowdsourced here, and some of videographers here told me that it is better it is better to use like a fade in or fade out transition between scenes or elements, because it will make the video professional, and it will not mislead the audience into something else. So that's basically, I have to do it with the logo.
Okay. Okay. So, uh, um, so do you need something more from me as far, do you need more clips or the ones that you have, do they look good enough or are they, do you need more so you take the green out or what else do you need from me with
I
that?
think it's fine as of now. As we are trying to do our first take or our first sample of the video, I think it's better now than the past videos, which I think I'm having that really hard time removing the green background. But I think it's more of a inserting a better video, because we already have a template of it, so it's kind of easier for me to edit that one. So I think it's fine for now.
Okay. Okay. But then I still should give you a couple more for my intro and my ending
Mhm.
that are short and what I really want and
Mhm.
okay. Well, it helps me when you're sharing these updates that I can see what it looks like and then I see what how I need to come in because also by seeing that the people were all to this side, it's like on the one I was aimed this other way, like looking out, and it's almost my back to them, and it's like I should be almost facing what's happening in the video, and so it's kind of just a few things like that. So when I see what you have, then I can see, okay, this element needs to be a little bit more smooth, or this is how I can talk or say, and so it's just a couple. It's helpful when I get to see what the progress that you're making too. So
Okay, sure.
okay, and then I think that's all for today. Tomorrow we'll do early the
Mhm.
earlier one, 1 o'clock, my seven, and uh, um, I guess do the Google Hangouts, or do we do this one's webinar jam?
I think I'm into the webinar jam right now, so that we
Okay.
can make use of the $500 a year.
Yeah, yeah.
Make use
Okay.
of that expensive money.
Yeah. Well, then let's plan on a webinar jam for tomorrow, and your 1 o'clock, my seven,
Huh?
and we'll do it that way. And anything else on your end? Um,
I think I it's my priority first to contact Bjorn, so that I can have clarification on how to modify, or what things that I should have to learn in the Acuity into WordPress. So that's
yeah.
my highest priority right now.
Okay. Okay, I will send him a message as well that you're emailing him, and I know that he gets his emails, so um, maybe just email him too.
Sure.
Okay, well then have a great rest of the day. Say happy birthday for me, just
Yeah, sure.
and Okay, then we will talk again tomorrow at your 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. With Webinar Jam.
Yeah, webinar
Uh,
jam.
okay.
All right, see you tomorrow.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.